All right, today we're going to dive into a system that's quietly shaping our world, probably in ways you don't even realize. It's called global governance, and trust me, getting a handle on this is pretty much key to understanding where we're all headed.
I mean, just think about it for a second. We've got pandemics that shut down the entire planet, financial crises that ripple from one continent to another, not to mention climate change. These massive problems just don't care about our borders, right? So the big question is, how on earth do we solve them when no single country can do it alone?
Well, the short answer, we just have to work together. It's that simple. I mean, these huge, borderless challenges are the exact reason we need some kind of framework for everyone to cooperate.
Every single one of these issues just screams how connected we all are. A bad financial call in one part of the world can mean lost jobs thousands of miles away. A virus, as we all know now, can circle the globe in just a few weeks. The bottom line is, no country, no matter how big or powerful, can just build a wall and hope these problems go away. It's just not possible. And that's exactly why coordination becomes so crucial.
And that coordination, right? That massive collective effort to try and manage all these shared problems, well, it actually has a name. It's what we call global governance.
Okay, so let's be super clear about what this is and what it isn't. This is not some shadowy world government pulling the strings. Nope. Think of it more like the sum of all our efforts to work together on the world stage. It's all the treaties, the organizations, and the agreements that help us manage things globally.
And this slide, right here, probably shows the most important distinction we need to make. Seriously, if you remember one thing, make it this. When we say global governance, we are absolutely not talking about a world government. A world government, that would be one single, all-powerful authority calling all the shots and basically getting rid of individual countries' power. Global governance is the complete opposite. It's spread out, it's decentralized, and it works with and through the countries we already have. It's all about negotiation, not commands. It's real, it exists today. A world government, that's sci-fi.
And this isn't some brand new idea. People have been thinking about this for decades. Way back in 1995, the Commission on Global Governance pretty much nailed the definition. And the key thing they pointed out is that it's not just governments involved. It's a mix of public and private players all trying to manage the stuff that, well, affects every single one of us.
Okay, so if it's not just governments, then who exactly is playing on this global team? Let's take a look at the roster, shall we?
So yeah, it's a pretty complex network of players. First up, you've got the big ones, the intergovernmental orgs, or IGOs. Think the United Nations setting global rules, or the World Bank funding huge projects. Then you have the NGOs, the non-governmental orgs, like Amnesty International fighting for human rights, or Greenpeace pushing for environmental protection. And you absolutely cannot forget about the giant multinational corporations. Their economic muscle gives them a huge say. And finally, you've got these global forums like the G7 and G20, which are basically big meetings where world leaders try to get on the same page. It's this whole mix of different groups that makes the system tick.
All right, so we've got the players, we've got the system, but here's the million-dollar question. Does any of this actually work? Let's take a look at the track record.
Oh, for sure. You've seen it in action. That big Paris Agreement on climate change? Yep, that's global governance. The World Health Organization trying to coordinate a pandemic response? That's it too. Heck, even the simple fact that your phone works when you travel to another country, that's because of rules set through this system. These are real, tangible things that happen because of this kind of cooperation.
And here's a huge one, the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. We're talking about 17 massive, ambitious goals for the entire planet. We're talking about everything from ending poverty and hunger to pushing for clean energy and gender equality. This is literally a shared blueprint for a better future, and it was created through this exact system of global cooperation.
But okay, let's be real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The system has some major hurdles. For one, you've got national sovereignty. Basically, countries don't like being told what to do, especially if it hurts their own industries. Then there's power inequality. Let's face it, richer countries have a much louder voice in the room. There's also no world police, which makes enforcement really tricky. An international court can say, arrest this person, but it needs countries to actually do it. And of course, everyone has conflicting interests. Countries might all agree we need to protect the oceans, but then they'll argue endlessly about who gets to fish where.
So where does all of this leave us? Well, it leaves us with a system that's messy. It's imperfect, for sure, but it's also absolutely essential if we're going to navigate our shared future.
So the crucial point, the big takeaway from all of this, is that global governance is how we manage our global problems together without having a world government.
It's this ongoing, messy, but vital process of talking, negotiating, and cooperating because our biggest problems simply don't care about borders.
And that really leaves us with a huge critical question. In a world that feels more and more divided, with challenges like climate change and the threat of new pandemics only getting bigger, is this system of cooperation we've built actually strong enough for what's coming? That's something we all really need to think about. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.